In August 1991, the St. Francis High School volleyball team began practicing for what would become a dream season. This is their story. After losing to Huntley in last year's sectional semifinals, the Spartans were that much more determined to reach their goal. By practicing with their teammates and facing nationwide competition with various club teams throughout the Chicago area, the Spartans gained the skills and experience necessary to make their dream a reality. During the 1991 season, the Spartans hosted several opponents, but none of the teams that journeyed to the Slant Dome would escape with a victory. If opponents wondered about the Spartans' talent, all they had to do was look up. This year would be no different. St. Francis was rated #1 in Class A from the outset and jumped to a 12-0 record before hosting Immaculate Conception, the Spartans' premier rival in the Suburban Catholic Conference. The Knights had talent, but this day would belong to the Spartans.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. How do we know the names? We are the people that can find whatever you may need. If you got the money, honey, we got your disease in the jungle.
The Spartans beat IC 17-15, 15-8, and now it was time to face many of the nation's top teams at the Block Challenge, including a semifinal match against top-rated Sweet Home of New York.
Welcome to the jungle. We take it day by day. If you want a joke, gonna bleed mud. It's the price you pay, and you're a very sexy girl. It's very hard to please. You can taste the bright lights, but you won't get them for free. In the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Feel my serpentine. I wanna hear you scream.
Although the Spartans lost to Sweet Home 15-13, 15-13, they came back to defeat Pius XI and capture third place. St. Francis then competed at the Bennett Invitational, where they met Joliet Catholic Academy in the semifinals.
Welcome to the jungle. It gets worse here every day. You learn to live like an animal in the jungle where we play. If you gotta hunger for what you see, you'll take it eventually. You can have anything you want, but you better not take it from me. In the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Won't you bring it to your knees? I'm gonna watch you bleed.
After losing to Joliet Catholic in last year's championship match, the Spartans dominated the Angels this time, 15-8, 15-3. St. Francis then had its hands full, playing a much taller West Aurora team for the Invitational title. Game 15-10, the Spartans overcame an 11-6 deficit to win the second game 15-13 and claim their first Bennett Invite title since 1988. The following weekend, St. Francis faced some of the state's best competition in Class AA at the Maine West Pumpkin Tournament, including Lockport in the semifinals. By outlasting Lockport in 3 games, St. Francis reached the finals against defending Class AA champion Belleville West. Although St. Francis fell to Belleville West 16-14 in the 3rd game, they would never lose another match. Just 4 days later, the Spartans set their sights on their preseason goal of winning the SCC crown. The Spartans traveled to Immaculate Conception on October 23rd, needing a victory to clinch the title outright. And the Spartans got it, soundly beating the Knights 15-5, 15-5 for their 3rd consecutive conference title and 9th victory over IC in their last 10 meetings.
World turns black and white. Pictures in an empty room. Your love starts falling down. Then a change or two. Yeah, you reach for the golden ring. Reach for the sky. Baby, just spread your wings. And get higher, higher, straight up we'll climb. We'll get higher and higher, leave it all behind. Run away, like a train running off the track. Got the truth being left behind, fall between the cracks. Standing on broken dreams, never losing sight. We gotta spread your wings. We'll get
St. Francis finished the regular season a perfect 10-0 in conference and 32-2 overall. It was now time for the Spartans' first step towards state by facing Driscoll and Timothy Christian at the Montini Regional.
Here we go.
By ousting Timothy Christian 15-6, 15-2, the Spartans secured their 7th regional title in the last 8 seasons. The next plateau was the Burlington Central Sectional, where the Spartans first faced Caneland in the round that ended their season the year before. With the victory over Caneland, the Spartans reached the sectional final. St. Francis wanted revenge against Huntley, but instead faced Marion Central. It didn't matter. The Spartans cruised 15-4, 15-7.
You're so unbelievable. You're unbelievable. You're so unbelievable. You're unbelievable. You're so unbelievable. You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable.
On November 9th, the final hurdle for the Spartan State Dream came in their third meeting this season with Immaculate Conception. This time, the two teams met on neutral ground at the Lyle Super Sectional, where in 1988, the Spartans beat the host Lions en route to their Class A championship. But even with two regular season wins over IC, the Spartans had learned their lesson that the Knights would be eager to spoil their downstate plans. After the Spartans beat IC 3 times during the 1989 season, it was the Knights who knocked out St. Francis in the regional final and went on to finish third in Class A. St. Francis fans, both young and old, who had supported the team all season, filled the stands to cheer on the Spartans in the long-awaited showdown for the downstate quarterfinal berth. The mutual respect between St. Francis and Immaculate Conception was obvious, and over the years, the team's paths to success had often crossed. But for the Spartans' 9 seniors, this would mark the last time. Their dream had no tomorrow.
Here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. And I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. I'm just another heart in need of rescue, waiting on love's sweet charity. And I'm gonna hold on for the rest of my days, 'cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. And I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. But here I go again. Here I go again. Here I go again. Here I go. Cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. And I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time.
After splitting the first two games, St. Francis trailed 5-1 in the third game. It was time for the Spartans to prove that they were the best. Fighting back to tie the game at 5, they reached the point that would make or break their season. The Spartans would not surrender another point. After beating IC for a downstate berth, how did the Spartans feel?
Great. 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 It's like a dream come true. It feels great. I don't know. No one can describe it. Nothing can describe it at all. It was great. It was great. That's all I can say.
And St. Francis players and fans knew exactly where their team was headed.
Francis #1 ISU.
Hello again.
before departing for Illinois State University, the Spartans enjoyed a hero send-off from the student body at a school pep rally in the Slant Dome.
The scene without a trace. One hand on the ground, one hand in space. Oh, you passed on mercy. You tried to rest. You gave your body. You gave your best. Staring at the green dawn, living in the sky. You don't wanna know it. You just wanna fly.
Upon arriving in Normal, the Spartans said hello to their fans once more before taking on Williamsville in the quarterfinals.
I know you a dreamer who's under the gun. I know you a dreamer who's only just begun. Hello, I say oh, when there's nothing left to lose, you leave it all to fade to blue. Ooh, yeah.
Although the Spartans worried about Williamsville's height, they beat the Bullets 15-5, 15-6 with the help of 3 service aces each by Sarah Strid and Carrie Christosic, who advanced to the semifinals against undefeated Cole City on this match point.
Electric. Loose.
Although the Spartans were just one match away from the state championship, they would first have to survive a semifinal test against Cole City, which boasted a 38-0 record and a number 4 ranking in the Class A state poll.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosion, overpowering over the competition. I'm towering, wrecking shop. When I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest that'll all get sliced and diced. Competition's paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Don't you call this a regular jam. I'm gonna rock this land. I'm gonna take this city bitty world by storm. And I'm just getting warm. Just like Muhammad Ali, they called him Cassius. Watch me bash this beat like a skull that you knew I had beef with. Why do you rip with me, the maniac psycho? And when I pull out my jammy, get ready, cause it might go blow. How you like me now? The ripper will not allow you to get with Mr. Smith, don't riff. Listen to my gear shift. I'm blasting, outlasting, kinda like Shaft, so you can say I'm shafting. Oh, English fill my mind, and I came up with a funky rhyme. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Break down.
Coming into the match undersized, Cole City played scrappy defense and focused on stopping senior middle hitter Jenny Driscoll. But the Spartans had no problem finding additional offensive arsenals, such as senior outside hitters Heather Brewster and Aaron Rooney, and dumped the Kohlers 15-12, 15-7.
Shadow boxing when I heard you on the radio. I just don't know what made you forget that I was wrong. But now I got a new tour. I'm going insane, starting a hurricane, releasing pain, letting you know you can't gain or maintain unless you say my name. Rip
taking care of Coal City, the Spartans needed one more victory to finalize their dream and told the press no one could stop them if they worked together. Still, the Spartans had to face undefeated Shelbyville, which had a 40-0 record. Like St. Francis, the Rams had rolled through the state playoffs and were ranked second only to the Spartans in the final Class A poll. It was a championship match almost everyone had anticipated. To no one's surprise, Shelbyville came out hitting and jumped to a 5-2 lead in the first game. The Spartans answered with 5 points for a 7-5 advantage, but soon fell behind 11-9 and 12-10. It wasn't until the Spartans managed to tie the game at 12 that they made their move. By Heather Brewster on game point, the Spartans claimed the first game 15-12, but the Rams remained determined to fight and took a 4-0 lead in the second game before the Spartan Express caught fire and took control for one last time. St. Francis' 15-12, 15-4 victory gave the Spartans their dream, the second Class A state title in team history. The Spartans' final record of 40-2 set a school record for most victories in one season and extended their conference unbeaten streak to 37 matches. For Sarah Skrid, Laura Horvath, and Jeannie Potlitz, it was their second state championship medals. But by walking away champions in their final high school match, this title was the ultimate victory for the team's seniors. In addition, it gave the underclassmen a tradition of excellence to continue. After 3 long months, the dream had finally come true. But grabbing the state trophy and sharing it with the St. Francis faithful was only the start of the celebration, because back at the high school, the party was just about to begin. By the time the Spartans van arrived back at St. Francis, many fans were already waiting in the Slant Dome to celebrate the state championship with the players. In the midst of its celebration, St. Francis took time out as a team with their school to thank God for the abilities they had been given. Because of these abilities, several of the senior Spartans received scholarships and will continue to use their talents in the future at various universities throughout the nation. Together, these seniors and the rest of the St. Francis Spartans accomplished their dream of a state championship. But it was a dream that didn't come easily.
I've paid my dues, time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of bad kicks in my face, but I've come through. I need to go on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world.
In her 17 seasons as head coach at St. Francis, Peg Kopech has a career record of 381 wins, 127 losses and 2 ties, and 6 straight years with at least 32 victories. She had one final word for her 1991 St. Francis team.
Dear 1991 Spartan State Championship Volleyball Team, as I look at our team picture, I reflect back to August when we all set goals for ourselves and the team. Your expressions show we reached our special goal of winning state with smiles on our faces. State champs or not, you are winners. How you grew in confidence throughout the season and enjoyed the great times and the not so great. You repeatedly pulled together to face trials both on and off the court. You gave so very much of yourselves to our team and school. As you leave the Spartan family, I hope you will write and visit. But whatever comes your way, I will always remember you as you were on that very special day in November. Eternally young, talented, successful, caring women who shared some very special times never to be forgotten. Love, Mrs. K.